The Kings are apparently staying in Sacramento. This just passed by the NBA Relocation Committee, which has voted unanimously. Now, the interesting part about this is that the owners vote May 13th. And not only that, the Maloof sold 65% of the team to a man named Chris Hansen. The total value is $525 million.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about Hansen is that he wants to move the team to Seattle because in the group is the Microsoft CEO, Steve Ballmer. You know Steve Ballmer? You're nodding your head?
Well, I know of him.
Okay.
I don't know him personally.
Fine young man.
But you should probably say that, just to be clear, this is not Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator.
No, it's not. However, that was my initial reaction when researching the story. I was thinking, oh yeah, Chris
that guy's
Hansen.
really cashing in from that Predator thing if he's buying NBA teams.
Oh yeah, if he's buying NBA teams.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you told me before we went on that you are in favor of the Kings staying in Sacramento.
Yeah, well, first off, Sacramento does have a huge fan base, and although the last couple of years haven't been great for them, the Maloofs have attendance-wise, well, even on the court hasn't been that great, at least for 5 years or so. The Maloofs were great owners for a certain period of time, and there is a good basketball tradition there, even though we don't think it's not. Look, it's not New York, it's not LA, but the people there do love basketball.
Obviously, with this being passed, they are urging the owners on May 13th, I believe I said yes, for them to vote against moving to Seattle.
Right.
Now Seattle apparently is in the running for the Bucks.
Right. So, well, that's partly why I think it's good that they're staying, is this endless game. I mean, Seattle did have a team, the Supersonics, until about 6 or 8 years ago too. So, you just don't need to keep shifting teams around. If Seattle couldn't keep the Sonics in the first place, they don't need to get the Kings just so that 5 years from now, so it's like Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Someone doesn't have to jump in.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. I'm one of the few people in America who doesn't.
I actually don't think it's that great, but I know I
Seriously?
can't say that around here, so
man.
just keep that quiet. But the point is, you don't need to just keep shifting this checkers, let's say, moves of where teams are. Sacramento, they have enough fan base, and the team will come back. And
so your equation for all this is that if a city already had a team,
you don't get a second chance. If you let the team go, you don't get it. Seattle, sorry, you're not getting another team.
When did Seattle come?
Go be Blazer fans. You're close enough to Portland. You got to go be a Blazer fan.
How close is Seattle to Portland?
Close enough. A couple hours.
Oh, a couple hours.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's not next door, but go be a Blazer fan. Maybe go down to Golden State. But sorry, you lost.
That's an interesting equation there. I never really thought about that. The NBA Board of Governors head, do you know who that is?
Charles Granick.
That is incorrect.
Jerry Reinsdorf.
This is Thunder owner Clay Bennett.
Yes.
Who is actually the head of this committee.
Right.
So when you factor that into it, you would think, well, he might actually have a say. He could convince owners that, you know what, a move is good. Look what happened to me. Look what happened to the Thunder.
Yeah, and those poor people in Seattle who now don't have a team.
Oh, so now you feel poor.
Now I feel bad for him. Now
pitting.
that I know that this guy's in charge of the moving thing,
Yeah.
it seems. Yeah.
So you don't think Seattle, bottom line, should
well, I don't
get
think
an
that
NBA
if
team
you
again?
lost a team 6 or 8 years ago, I don't think you should just magically get a team just because one city is in trouble.
True.
There probably are some other markets. I mean, there were obviously problems in Seattle in the first place.
Yeah.
Not to say there aren't problems in Sacramento, but give it to another place that hasn't had a team. Toledo.
Toledo, Las Vegas. I mean,
Vegas.
These are all fine places. Obviously, a lot of UNLV fans will have to share the court, it seems, at the Thomas and Mack with an NBA team.
Yeah.
However, a lot of Sonics fans.
You know when the last time an NBA game was played in the Thomas and Mack Center? Was during the LA riots in '92. The Lakers and Blazers had they couldn't play at Staples Center, and they played 2 games at Thomas and Mack.
Dropping knowledge on TYT Sports.
Not bad.
Maybe he'll come back.
Maybe.
As we said, the owner is Clay Bennett.
Yeah.
And he's hated in Seattle. A lot of the Sonics fans are thinking of this as sort of the Baltimore Colts thing, where he just kind of moved them out without them even being, without them participating in voting or anything like that. He just moved them. So when I throw that in there as well, speaking on behalf of the Sonics fans, I'm not a Sonics fan, obviously, but speaking for the little guys, the voice of the voiceless, as many people like to say. I mean, what would you say to them then?
Look,
don't they deserve a second chance with the team? They kind of got fucked here.
Yeah, they do in reality, because these are the people that are supporting it. But if the team is owned by a private guy who wants to move the team, there's no legal recourse that they can take, except that a lot of times there are public funds that help build stadiums and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if it is privately owned, or if 51% is privately owned, then the guy is going to do what they're business people. I mean, we like to think it's all about winning and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the guy wants to make the most money possible. And their allegiance to a city Look at LeBron, not an owner, but a player from Cleveland,
Certainly.
et cetera, et cetera. At the end of the day, they all do what's good for them, and that's what business is. And sports is a business.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the harsh side of sports. So you see where we stand.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I brought it to that sad level.
Yeah, seriously. What do you guys think? What do you think about all this? Leave a thought in the comments section below. We'd love to discuss with you guys.